Hi, welcome back to my fabric journal, which I posted a couple of videos on YouTube just showing you the discharge paste process, and this was the final result. You can see on the fabric here the colour that has been taken out by the discharge paste, and I applied it to these areas here with a brush, as you'll see in the previous videos, and that was the result of steaming out the discharge paste with using an iron, and it takes the colour out of the fabric. Now this is the fabric finished completed fabric journal. As you can see, it's all textiles, and I've made this quilted cover. I shall open it out so you can see it in its entirety. There we go. It's got text on the front. Scrapbook for Stitch. It's a workshop that I'm running this Saturday, February the 4th, at Serendipity Patchwork and Quilting in Devon, Newton Abbot, Devon. So come along if you're free. It's a whole day workshop from 10 till 4, and it's with me. I'm Jill Amanda Kennedy, and I'm a textiles tutor. I've written articles for Quilting Arts magazine, Stitch for the Embroiderers Guild, Sewing World, and also Cloth Paper Scissors. But anyway, back to the journal. It's got this lovely flexible cover which has been quilted, discharge paste letters, stitch around font, and these lovely quilted lines. This is actually rusted fabric as well, and also it's got, you can see clearly there, stitchery. Stitching using a Bernina, my Bernina 730E, and I've programmed some text that runs along the line. So it's given this quilted look to it, and then some hand stitching. I wanted it to be really scrapbook-like, you know, when you cut out images and little snippets of text and things you find interesting in magazines, and you open up a book and stick them in. I remember as a child doing that. And you've then got this wonderful resource later to flick back through the book and look at all these lovely things that inspired you. So this was the idea behind this. It's a fabric scrapbook for Stitch journal, and inside are the pages. I'll show you this. Now you can see the pages that can be removed because they've got these book hoops, these book rings, and you can undo them and slip out your pages and then close them up again. I just clip back in, and then you've removed your page. Now I've only pinned some samples of work on here just to show the idea behind this book, but the idea is that you can keep a record of your stitch, whether that's on the machine, by hand, even images. You know, images can go in this. It doesn't mean to say because it's fabric pages you can't attach a piece of paper to it. So I've done some stitched patterns here quite simply on some fabric. At some time I'm trying out the technique, but I want to keep that as a reference, and these little pieces get lost in all my stash. So I'm going to be stitching them or quilting them even into the pages, and writing. You can write on here with a pen and make notes of what you did, what cloth it was on, maybe how you dyed it. It's just this great big scrapbook for your stitch samples. You can see here the pages. I've left them unstitched together. That's because you can take out the pages, open it up, and then because there's wadding already on the back of the pages, you can take that to your machine and machine embroider on it, whatever you want. Practice your quilting outlines, practice your quilting stitches, and your freehand machine embroidery or free motion machine embroidery. And then once your pages are full, you can then either put the right hand side page to the left hand side page and stitch it all around the edge, and then put it back in your book so that you turn over a single page of work. Or you, having stitched on this page and this page with your sample, you can then open it out and lay a lining page in there. So that's a page with just blank fabric that would go in and cover up the reverse pages where all your knots and your tied off ends would be. So there's different ways of how you'd finish these pages that go in the book. So that goes there, and as you can see from this next page, I've started to again pin some of my samples that I've done. Now these have been done on the machine. This is digitally done, so I've drawn in a pattern, told the machine to how I would like it stitched out, but then I've actually used a soldering iron and cut away the details here using a soldering iron to create this lovely lace effect. So these are all my little samples I work through, but I wanted them to be in a book so I could turn the pages and remember what I'd done a while back. So again, these slightly different wadding in here, slightly different. I use dishcloth fabric for this. It's quite fine. It's very good, very versatile. It's just probably a non-woven polyester. All ready to quilt. So again, a page, another page on the back. Let me move that so you can see it. There we are. And you can see here I've got a collection of hearts going on. They may not stay there. Again, they're only pinned just to show you the sort of things that I'm going to be putting into my book. I've got all sorts of things here. Lace layered up. Some soluble work done on dissolvable fabric, machine embroidery, hand stitch, gilding, and stitching off the edge here. This is crepe paper that has been gilded, and a digital machine motif has been put on. This is felt, quilted and felted. So huge amount of different techniques here. My what I call my base fabric in free machine embroidery, cut out, and then you can use these for all sorts of things. A lot of my work is done using this technique, but I'll cover that hopefully in another video another time. Again, so another piece of work. This was done on soluble. You probably can't see it against the white, but a sample that will go in my book. As you can see, I've got lots of bits, all different samples of stitch, and that's the idea. It goes into the scrapbook. It will be stitched down, and then I have a permanent record then in my book, and I can just open it up and find what I want. So that is how this textile journal works. I hope you get some idea of how to go about putting one together. This is running, as I say, as a workshop in Devon, in England, at Silhane, which is the old Plymouth University campus, and it's now owned by Hannah's at Silhane. And there's a patchwork and quilting shop inside. Miriam, lovely lady who runs it. And I shall be there this Saturday. If you want to come along, more details can be found on my website. It's craftsontheweb.co.uk. Don't know if you can see that. It's just handy to have that there. craftsontheweb.co.uk. You can email me, Jill, at craftsontheweb.co.uk, or just ring me. I'm happy to speak on the telephone, email, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Try and get in touch with me and come along to a workshop. And we've got other workshops running. Just as I say, go on to this website and you'll find all the information you need, and I hope you have fun. I just love what I do and want to share it with everybody. So yeah, take care and thanks for watching, and see you again soon. Bye for now.